Hi guys, this is O-Level Chemistry, paper 11, November 2020, question 21. Which statement describes the conversion of magnesium atoms to magnesium ions? So if we have magnesium atoms and they are converted into magnesium ions, so the charge on the magnesium ion is 2 positive, that means 2 electrons have been lost, which means oxidation is taking place. So they have asked us to describe this based on the statements that they have given. Okay. So A, the change in is reduction. No, it is oxidation. Next, the change is oxidation. Yes, because there has been a loss of electrons. Yes, electrons have been lost. So this is correct. Next, the change is reduction. No. Next, the change is oxidation. Yes, because there has been a gain in electron. No, electrons are not gained, electrons are lost. So this makes option B the correct option for this question. Question 22. When water is liquid, it ionizes slightly. Yes, it gives H positive and OH negative ions in equal quantity or in equal concentration. The forward reaction is endothermic, which makes the backward reaction exothermic. Okay, when the temperature of water is increased, which changes take place? Okay, the water becomes acidic. That means forward reaction is favored. Increase in temperature will favor forward reaction, yes, but the water will not become acidic because if the concentration of H positive is increased, the concentration of OH negative also increases in equal proportion. So both of them become or rather remain the same even at a higher temperature when the forward reaction is favored. So the first statement is incorrect. Second one, the water becomes alkaline. Same issue. If the OH negative ion concentration is increasing, this will be equal to the increase in the H positive ion concentration. It will not become alkaline. The water stays neutral. More water molecules form ions. Yes, if the forward reaction is being favored, the equilibrium will shift to the right. Lesser H2O molecules will remain and more H positive and OH negative ions will form. So statement 3 is correct. And it is the only statement that is correct. Thus, option D is the correct option for this question. Question 23. Which row correctly describes the solubilities of both ammonium sulfate and sodium carbonate in water? Okay, ammonium sulfate is a salt of ammonium ions. All salts are soluble. And sodium carbonate is a salt of sodium. All sodium salts are soluble as well. So both of them should be soluble. A insoluble, no. B insoluble, no. C soluble, yes. But sodium carbonate, it says it's insoluble. So this is wrong. D, ammonium sulfate soluble and sodium carbonate soluble. So this makes option D the correct option for this question. Question 24. Lead 2 chloride is an insoluble salt. Yes. Which two reagents are used to prepare a pure sample of lead 2 chloride? Now, since we are preparing an insoluble salt, we would use a soluble salt in an acid to prepare this solution. So, lead carbonate and dilute hydrochloric acid, lead carbonate is insoluble. So, this is wrong. Lead metal and dilute hydrochloric acid, no, we are not using metal to produce the insoluble salt. We would use aqueous lead nitrate. Lead nitrate is soluble. And dilute hydrochloric acid, yes. Yes, a soluble salt and an acid. This is what is required. And the last one, lead oxide. Lead oxide is insoluble and dilute hydrochloric acid. So A, B, and D all contain insoluble salts reacting with acid, whereas C contains a soluble salt reacting with an acid, which is the requirement to produce an insoluble salt. So this makes option C the correct option for this question. Question 25. The Haber's process is used to make ammonia. Which catalyst is used in the Haber's process? We either have iron or we have iron oxide, which is Fe2O3, iron 3 oxide. So option A is iron, yes. Option B is nickel, no. C platinum, no. D vanadium, no. So this makes option A the correct option for this question. Question 26. Some compounds containing nitrogen are used as fertilizers. The table shows some nitrogen containing compounds whether they are used as fertilizer or not, and a reason for this. Which row is correct? Okay. Aqueous ammonia. No, we don't use aqueous ammonia as a fertilizer. Then ammonium carbonate. Is it used as a fertilizer? Ammonium carbonate is used as a fertilizer. This says no. So this is also incorrect. Ammonium chloride. All ammonium salts are used as fertilizers. So ammonium chloride is used, yes. Ammonium nitrate is used, yes. So we continue with C and D. The reason for use of ammonium chloride is made from the product of Haber process and contact process. No, contact process produces sulfuric acid. This would produce ammonium sulfate, not ammonium chloride. So reason is wrong. And for ammonium nitrate, is soluble in water? Yes. All nitrates are soluble in water. So when used as fertilizers and when you water the land, the salt would dissolve and go deeper inside, fertilizing the soil better. So this makes option D the correct option for this question. Question 27. An atom of which element has the same electronic configuration as an atom of an ion of strontium? Okay, strontium is in group 2, so it would form the ion Sr2 positive, which means it would lose 2 electrons. And when it loses 2 electrons, its configuration becomes equal to the noble gas in the period below above this. So strontium belongs to period 5. So the noble gas above strontium in period 4 is krypton. So the electronic configuration of Sr2 positive becomes equal to the electronic configuration of krypton, making option B the correct option for this question. Question 28. Metals are elements that have many similar properties because of their structure. Which statement about metals is correct? Okay. Metals are malleable. Yes, they are, because layers of atom can slide over each other. No, no, no. This is actually, yes. Malleable means that they can be drawn into shape. So because the layers can slide over each other, then they can, yes, this is correct. This is correct. Next, metals conduct electricity. Yes, because their ions vibrate and pass on energy to each other. No, electricity is conducted due to the movement of the delocalized sea of electrons. Next, the melting point of metals depends on the strength of the intermolecular forces in the lattice. No, it is a metallic lattice, not a covalent lattice. So intermolecular forces are not there. Metallic bonding would be the reason. To form an alloy of two metals, the metal must have very similar ionic radius. No, it is not a requirement. And it is not even needed that two metals can form the alloy. We can have alloys of metals and non-metals as well. So this is also incorrect. So as a result, the correct option for this question is option A. Question 29. What happens when a strip of silver is immersed in aqueous copper 2 sulfate? Okay, a strip of silver is immersed in copper. Silver is less reactive than copper. So silver will not get oxidized and it will not displace copper in the salt solution. So bubbles of gas will appear? No. No reaction will occur? Yes, there will be no change. Pink copper will be deposited on the silver strip. This would happen if the metal instead of silver was more reactive. Not in this case. The silver strip will start to dissolve. No, a more reactive metal strip would start to dissolve. So this results in option B being the correct option for this question. Question 30. Four metals and hydrogen are arranged in order of decreasing reactivity. Okay, this is part of the metal reactivity series. Which statement about these elements is correct? Aluminum is formed from aluminum oxide is heated with hydrogen? No. Aluminum is formed when aluminum oxide, which is called bauxite, is dissolved in cryolite and then electrolyzed. Next, copper displaces zinc from aqueous zinc sulfate. No, copper is less reactive than zinc. It will not displace zinc from zinc sulfate. In fact, zinc would displace copper from a solution of aqueous copper 2 sulfate. So this is also wrong. Next, copper is formed when copper 2 oxide is heated with hydrogen. Yes, copper undergoes reduction. The oxide ion is removed and copper oxide forms water and copper metal. So this is what happens when copper is produced. So C is correct. And D, when added to water, aluminum forms positive ions more readily than potassium forms positive ions. Okay. Potassium reacts with water, forming potassium hydroxide. Aluminum, being an amphoteric element, does not react with water. So when placed in water, nothing will happen. So this makes option C the correct option for this question.